In Europe, where the UK has unmasked and sanctioned 18 Russian military spies and 3 GRU units in a sweeping move to counter Moscow's global cyber campaign. The sanctions target Russian intelligence officers behind years of cyber attacks, sabotage and disinformation, including operations against British media, telecoms and infrastructure. Unit 26165, one of the GRU divisions sanctioned, carried out online mapping before a 2022 missile strike that deployed Mariupol's theatre, killing hundreds of civilians. The same unit was tied to a 2013 malware attack on Yulia Skripal's device, years before the Novichok poisoning attempt in Salisbury. Foreign Secretary David Lammy said the UK will not tolerate Kremlin-backed chaos. He warned, "We see what they're doing in the shadows." In addition to GRU cyber units, the UK is also sanctioning leaders of the Kremlin-backed African Initiative, a propaganda network accused of spreading conspiracy theories in West Africa to disrupt health campaigns and push Russian influence. The UK says these moves are part of its plan for change, which includes the biggest defence budget rise since the Cold War, with spending set to hit 2.6% of GDP by 2027. Britain is also strengthening cyber coordination with NATO and the European Union, with a new UK-EU security and defence partnership already in place. As Russia expands its hybrid warfare from cyber attacks to election interference, the UK says it stands firm with its allies. We're now joined by Raymond Vickery, who is a former US Assistant Secretary of Commerce. He joins us live from Washington, D.C. to discuss this in further detail. Raymond, pleasure having you on the programme as always. In regard to these sanctions that have now been imposed by Britain on these Russian spies, what practical impact will these targeted sanctions have on GRU operations, or are they mostly symbolic given the background of the Russia-Ukraine war?
Well, thanks, Thomas, very much for having me. I think that these moves are significant. I believe that the United Kingdom has shown an appreciation for the seriousness of Putin's Russian invasion of Ukraine and its continuing resort to violence and extra-legal, non-legal, illegal means to further its national interest as it sees them. This, of course, is in derogation of what the United Nations was formed for 80 years ago in order to keep the peace after World War II. And the United Kingdom appreciates this perhaps more than other countries because it went through appeasement with Hitler, and the result was World War II, peace in our time. And so I think that the United Kingdom has taken a lead on this. The United Kingdom in the past was very accommodating to Russians of all kinds of stripes, particularly those oligarchs associated with the Putin regime who used London as their private sort of playground. So I think that this will have an effect, but like a lot of the means which are being resorted to, it won't be immediate, and it requires cooperation from all the great democracies in Europe, in North America, in order to be able to stop this threat which has been posed to the international system by Putin and Russia.
Yes, Raymond, of course. However, how exposed do you think the British and Allied networks are to a possible Russian response, a countermeasure here?
Well, of course they're exposed to countermeasure, but you cannot just stop and accommodate because there may be consequences. This invasion by Russia, and then which was started with this sort of hybrid approach. You can remember the little green men who supposedly weren't connected with Russia going into Crimea and the Donbass in order to be able to take that over. So Putin is a KGB alumnus, and he understands very well the approach of hybrid. But the answer is not to say, well, we won't do anything about it. The answer is to do what the United Kingdom is doing here, and to reform the coalition, if you will, of those who stand for democracy, which includes the international rule of law, as opposed to the resort to violence in order to be able to settle disputes.
Yes, of course. And with London saying it's working hand in glove with the European Union, Raymond, but Brexit still obviously looms large here. Is cyber cooperation really as seamless as they're making it out to be in this regard?
It is not. And the United Kingdom, in my view, made a great mistake in terms of Brexit. The answer is not for each country to try to go it alone, whether it be America first, UK first, EU first. The answer is to cooperate, and it is not seamless. And you have seen the sorts of upheavals in the United States, particularly in our own intelligence and security operations. Those are counterproductive, and it's counterproductive for nations which have similar values to think that they're going to be able to solve any of the problem created by the Russian invasion of Ukraine on their own.
Yes, Raymond, you are staying with us to discuss further updates. We stay in Europe.